Hi guys, thanks for joining me. My name's Daniel, and in this video I'll be showing you how to build a scalable PHP environment on AWS using Zend Server and the CLoudFormation service. Zend Server is an integrated application platform for web and mobile PHP apps, which comes with an advanced PHP stack, application and server monitoring metrics, performance enhancers, deployment features, and built-in compliance and auditing systems. To use these features and more, all you have to do is deploy an auto-generated AWS CloudFormation template, which includes Zend Server, a MySQL database, a Zend Server Elastic group consisting of additional Zend Server instances, an Elastic load balancer, and other pre-configured security definitions. So how does it all work? It's pretty simple. In case of an increase or decrease in traffic load, identified by Amazon's CloudWatch alarms included in the template, CloudFormation and the Zend Server cluster will automatically add or remove Zend Server instances to the deployment and apply cluster configurations accordingly. So let's get started. On the CloudFormation page on Zend.com, I'm going to configure the CloudFormation template, which, as you're about to see, is an extremely simple process. First, I'm going to select one of the two available Zend Server for Production editions. Let's go for the Enterprise edition. Then, I'm going to configure the amount of servers my cluster will consist of. First, the amount of servers I want the cluster to start with, and second, the maximum amount of servers my cluster can scale to in case of an increase in traffic load. Next, I'm going to select an Amazon instance type. An Amazon instance is a virtual server that runs the application created from the selected AMI. They include a combination of CPU, memory, storage. So basically they allow you to choose which mix of resources you use for your applications. Of course, each instance type has a different pricing, so take that into consideration. And last but not least, I'm going to set the PHP version and the operating system for the Zend Server instances to be deployed. That's it. Clicking Generate, I get a pop-up notifying me that I first need to sign up to the AMIs in the AWS Marketplace. Clicking this link here leads me directly to the relevant Zend Server AMI page in the Marketplace. I'm already signed into the Marketplace, so all I have to do is click Continue. Going back to the pop-up, I can now select this checkbox at the bottom and click Go. Great, my template is ready. We can either download it for editing or future use, or we can deploy it directly from this page. And what we now get is the EC2 management console with the Create Stack wizard open. We can leave the default stack name as is, and we can see that the template URL is automatically filled with the URL of the template we just created on Zend.com. Clicking Next on the Specify Parameters page, I'm going to first enter a password for accessing the Zend Server cluster UI, and then the password for the cluster database. I can leave the database user as is, and I'm then going to name an existing key pair to enable SSH access to the cluster. You also have the option to enter an email for operational notifications, but I'll give it a pass for now. On the next page, you can add tags to your stack to simplify managing your infrastructure. So I'm going to tag the cluster and click Next to review a summary of the stack deployment. We're almost there. We just have to acknowledge this notice at the bottom of the page, and then we can click Create to create the stack and deploy the template. After clicking Refresh at the top of the CloudFormation stacks list, we can see that our deployment is in progress. This might take a few minutes to complete, and in the meantime you can open the information tabs at the bottom of the page to get some more information on the deployment. For example, on the Resources tab, you can see all the different template components as they are being built. After a short while, The status of the cluster deployment changes to complete. So we can select the Outputs tab and then copy the Zend Server Cluster UI URL and paste it in our browser. To access Zend Server, all we have to do now is enter the Cluster UI password we defined earlier and click Login. The Zend Server UI loads and we're presented with the guide page. Going to the servers page, we can see our cluster up and running. And of course you'll be able to see these very same instances inside the AWS console. Well done, you've successfully set up an elastic and scalable PHP environment on the cloud.